All right, welcome everybody to the stream. A lot of people wanting the hype music. Unfortunately, I do not have it for you today, guys. I know. People disliked the video yesterday. Please don't do that, by the way. It's killing me. But overall, yes, unfortunately, the hype music will have to come tomorrow. I will get working on that. A few minutes late here today, guys, but bear with me. Plenty of stuff to go through. I hope everyone's having a great day. If you want to get some free TA cheat sheets, of course, click the link that's pinned somewhere in the comment section. I don't even know where it is, but it is somewhere above. Now, what's going on in today's world? A few people mentioning here, it looks like ADA is moving. We've got the Pokemon dots. We've got some of the alt cast of the crypto markets moving up here. Crypto's been certainly one of the markets to be in at the moment. What is your market of choice right now, guys? Tell me in the community. I always like to know what you guys like. Is it stock market? Is it crypto right now? Is it commodities? Or is it nothing at all? Let me know in the comments and I'll read them as they come through. Got Conscious Investing. Good morning, gang. Good morning there. Barnyard, also great to have you here. Stephen Eldridge, loving PLTR. Let's have a look at PLTR for you, man. Oh, PLTR at the close yesterday, up 5%. A few okay stocks yesterday. I mean, the one that I guess I was probably yabbering on about did about 3.24%. We also saw Beyond start moving at the end of the day off the fact that that other meat, the other inferior fake meat, I don't know what exactly the news story was, but something about dodginess, okay? Dodginess in the meat from what I heard, or the fake meat. And that didn't work out for them. Beyond did break through a few days ago. Another one that we looked at earlier last week, actually came from the private community, was Roblox. That was a very successful little trade there. This is actually one of our classic repair markets that we saw. So a good base formation, obviously closure above, retest, and then a ballistic move. And we had Eka coming in with a big play here on X, which is United States Steel Corporation. We looked at that on the daily. We liked it quite a lot, and the follow through was happening through the day. So congratulations to everyone that was in those. Congratulations that were into a few others. And I've even got to say it. And you know I don't like it. Technically, SPCE actually closed above. So I don't know if the hype's there. Let's go click the button. Let's click the almighty hype button, because when we talk about Moderna in just a few minutes, wowzers, did the big calls come through yesterday, guys. Not only is the retail herd jumping on Moderna, but you've got the big guys jumping on Moderna. All short date, all very short date it looks like. Let's have a quick look at the community. So this is something you get in the private community. You get a little extra AI trading information stuff where you can request data. Kind of a cool feature there. But one of the things I like is being able to see these golden sweep numbers. So I'm sure you can get them other places. Of course you can. This is one of the places. And you'll notice here, mRNA near the close, 20th of August strike, $1.64 million of premium, 510. Whew! I wish I had $1.64 million of premium at the 510 strike. Let's have a quick look at some other ones that came through the day. We scroll up here. Look at this. Another one. 4:39 a.m. my time here in Australia, but obviously it'll be near the close of the market again. mRNA 510 strike call opened 1.16 million for 13th of the 8th. This is not kidding. That is a lot of premium, guys. So, someone in the comment section today attacked me a little bit. They said, Tom, I can't take you seriously if you're not on the Moderna train. I'm on the biotech train, guys. Am I on the Moderna train at these prices? Maybe not, okay? But that's just, look, I'm old. I'm boomer when it comes to investing. I've been around since the 08. Some of you have only been around this year. Some of you have only been around in the last 18 months. Look, I like to take a little bit of profit off, and when it gets a little bit crazy, this is where the scaling comes in. If you were in it, maybe you would have already sold 2/3 of your position, and you could be saying, stupid Tom doesn't know what he's talking about. But you'd be surprised how many you will be able to stay into. So Moderna is number one on the hype beast today, still hyping out of control. We've got Palantir coming back into the hype. We'll take a look at that in just a few moments. Oh, so many things. Got Coin even coming up here. So these are the types of stocks that if I was to look at, or even DKNG, look at DraftKings down here. And is beyond here? Not yet. So these are the types of things that if you're trying to fight these, probably not worthwhile fighting them. All right? You don't fight these trends unless you're using options and you have better weight, like risk management on them. These types of stocks, you've got to be very, very careful about. Now, do you think that they're pumpy dumpies? I mean, I don't think Moderna will be able to hold its price for the long term. Hey, I'll put that down right now. I don't think Moderna is going to be worth $500 in 6 months' time. I think it's going to be worth less. But I'll just put that right here and right now. Bradley back, $5 coming in. Speaking of boomer stocks, PFE. I know, look at Pfizer. Look at it's not a boomer stock when it's on the hype equity train, man. We'll take a look at that soon. DJ AJ says mRNA is a gamble. Someday it will crash. Look, it's a great stock. It's just probably not going to be worth this price in the future. Is it going to go up over time? Yeah. Is it going to stay at this price? Probably not. Probably not. But yes, I do believe that biotech is glorious, guys. Biotech. But quite a few others. Andy Pandy says bio got edit before earnings. Yeah, so let's have a quick look here at some of the biotech stocks. We'll load up edit just quickly so you can see it. So this is a CRISPR, well, before CRISPR, but it's attached to the other CRISPR style stocks in terms of how they move. Here is edit. You can see the big move that came through here. So look, am I missing the biotech run? I wouldn't say so if you're in these types of stocks. I mean, we've got them here. Look at this. We scroll through. Let's go over here. And what are the stocks they've got in there? Beam, Edit, and the CRISPR. Beam, Edit, and the CRISPR. And they've all done very, very nicely. Am I on the mRNA? Ah, no. AG says, shame, no hype music. We'll get it back. Don't worry, man. Don't worry again. Okay, let's go through here. So we've got a whole bunch of people. The intro is actually poisonous to YouTube algorithm. I've got to tell you guys. If you ever run a YouTube channel, it's poisonous. It's poisonous, guys. I know you don't think it is, but it is. Let's have a look through what else we've got here. We've got ADA, giant double bottom into $2. Ooh, I'm interested. So quite a few crypto gang. Yep, here's the... Get rid of that for a second. So here's the double bottom they're talking about. Yeah, it's huge. $2 would be the target. We've obviously just about hit our first thing. So these are the levels I put on a few weeks ago. We talked about the $1.40. We talked about this being a great resistance break and the fact that once it got through this level, we thought it was going to this level. So I kind of feel like ADA is hitting its first little bit of resistance here. After that point, then you've got $1.80. After that point, you've got $2. So is it rocket science on ADA? This is Cardano for anyone that doesn't know. I don't think so. I think it's just every 20 cents matters at this stage. Every 20 cents. Drink fresh juice, says Grand Rising Tom. Have a great and blessed day. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So quite a few people in the crypto. Giacomo, silence here for Giacomo, 777. I sold mRNA at 110, lol. Don't worry, just move on to the next one, man. Always lots of things. Scott Morgan says, Tom, are you implying that boomers equal smart? I think everyone is smart, man. Everyone. The only people... Wait, who isn't smart? No, everyone's smart. It's all good. David Taylor says, what is the name of the hype music? Oh, man, I can't remember. Rassi, I think. R-A-C-C-Y, Into the Money or something like that. Someone else will know. I made it, and I still don't even remember who it was. Adam Sessman says, sold 100 Moderna at 165 and was happy, and now I've got a sad face. That's right. It's okay. Oh, see, I always put it in wrong, guys. Stupid Moderna. I can't even put the code in correctly. So here we're at 484. We've got strikes going out of control. Everyone's hyped about it. It's hype beast. I always say at these points you need to be... Look, if you've been in the train, good work. If you know a few things about what we talk about with hyper extensions, we know the 2 hour 20 is the key now, the 2-hour 20, because this is what, once it started extending away after that break, it's moved very, very heavily up. Do I like it? Not really. I still stick with yesterday. I mean, I know it's up 17.1%. You could say, oh, I missed the serious thing. If you're trading this, guys, understand it's a trade. This is not investment grade material right now. 484 ain't investment grade. There's a reason that Wall Street is buying those massive call options short dated. They're getting in on the action. They're going, okay, we don't know when they're closing them, by the way. You don't know that. So they might only be looking for a little percentage. And then they close it off and it's all gone. So at this stage, this is a trade. This is not investment grade. That's really the way we kind of look at it. Let's have a quick look around the markets before we get stuck into everything else. Let's have a look here. We've got pre-market. Workday, what's going well? 1 second here. We've got Workday, we've got Baidu, Alibaba up 1% each, which is good news for those guys. That's been tough for a while here. Got Spotify barely up, Twilio on the negative side. You've got whatever that is, FRC, Chipotle barely down, Airbnb barely down, Tesla barely down. So it's mostly, greenish, I guess you would go with overall here. The markets, as you can see, flat as a tack, 0.1% up on the US 100, 0.02% down on the US 500, and 0.09 on the US 30. I mean, that's boring, guys. But it's the stocks that matter. It's the stocks. Let's have a look at Pfizer. I'm actually incredibly surprised that when you look at Pfizer and stuff, that, or these stocks at the moment, that everyone's so excitable about the long-term prospects. I mean, they're making money right now. I love healthcare, I love bio, but I really don't feel like there is a huge amount of long-term kind of profits to be had in that aspect just yet. I think that you're buying a lot of these companies with long-term visions. I like my CRISPRs because I have long-term visions on them. I have, short, like these guys are huge. They're just massive. So they're going to make short-term money. And then, as many people have noted with Pfizer, the big problem with this company, as I see it, is that a lot of their patents have expired, and that's kind of kept them down. But look, they're starting to move. The whole healthcare sector's moved. That's happy days for us because that's exactly what we want to see happen in the market. I mean, we want healthcare to go well. That's my middle tier. That's kind of like my big pick, I guess, over the next decade. I've been a massive fan of, I think healthcare is undervalued. I think it is. Josh Pitt says Moderna will be the annual shot. Possibly. I mean, we'll have to see. And then he says reoccurring revenue. There's always a story behind it. Whether it can hold up, we'll have to find out whether that's true or not. Kevin N says the hydrogen stocks popped yesterday, Tom. So I assume that means like what, Plug and those other things have started moving. Was it Plug that moved? Yeah, Plug. That's actually a pretty good technical. Today's close is pretty significant for this. So Plug, nice base, big volume over 2 days. Earnings obviously over, which is great. Beautiful base. 31.81 first target. Yeah, it is a good base. And a lot of these hydrogen stocks will move into those types of things. And this probably comes back to what we were talking about on Monday in the private community. And we talked about a little bit here yesterday, which was if you have a look at the solar index, it's really solid as well. Really solid. People say they don't understand the Moderna thing. Oh, look, it's like anything. There's a lot of hype. It goes through and then it comes back. So remember, it's always going to be some kind of story that... Oh, wait. Craig Taylor says, Moderna ripped my face off yesterday. Come on down day. Oh, my God. Craig's going against the trend, guys. Stay calm, Craig. Stay calm. That's not good, man. But yeah, look, it's going to be it's always got a story behind it that sounds really great. It's like any of these things that you guys have seen recently, and we always say this on the channel, okay? Do we have a story that makes sense or a story that is fabricated? It's kind of like, the whole story that we saw go through with what recently? SPCE. Everyone was like, oh, it's the best thing ever, blah, blah, blah. You know, in the comment section, sending us stuff. Is that really a reality? It's up to you as an investor or a trader to understand whether it's a pumpy dumpy or whether it's a long-term hold for your long-term hold portfolio or whether it's just not for you. Yeah? You've got to be able to make that decision between everything. A few people asking for a few others here like Z and etc. Let's have a look at Z. Mohammed Al-Masari says charge point was moving as well. Yeah, all of these solar-y stocks, all of these hydrogen-y stocks, the stocks that are unloved. Maybe we'll have a quick look at the COIFIN here and get a bit of an idea. I don't think we can today, but yeah, these stocks are the ones. You can even see it on the volumes here with Z that it's clearly at support. Earnings is over. This is Zillow Group. This is a technology to do with housing that I don't understand, but that's okay. Are we on support? Absolutely. Do you expect follow through buying here? Well, I mean, we're at 102.30. So 102.30. Oh, I tell you what, if you're going to buy this dip, you better damn well hope that thing closes above here. When it does do that, you feel a lot better about it. But you got to have your stops in here because if it gets underneath, it could go wrong. This is almost a semi-deep value on PS. Let me see if I can bring up. I don't know if I have enough. Just thinking, it's a pretty good website, by the way, for coin fans. Coinanalyze.net. Very cool. Let me just see if I can get this. Price to sales ratio. And then what do I want? Use macro trends, I think will be fine. It's a good little website. And then you put in here, what was I just looking at? I forgot. Which one was I just looking at? My God. Oh, Z. Z. There it is, Zillow. Okay. And I want to know the PS ratio, 6.38. Traded at 8.64, traded at 9.54, traded down to 2 during that bottom. And before the bottom, this is the important point, and it's what I've been doing a little bit on stocks here. Now, this is not true fundamental analysis, but I'll tell you one thing, guys. Sometimes when you're trading, it doesn't really matter to do that much fundamental analysis. We only need to understand the hyper stocks trade off the PS ratios, and no one cares about PE anymore. So if you've got your price to sales ratio, let's say you think it's 6, okay? And 6 is your average. Then if price to sales is at 6, it's good value. If it's underneath 6, it's better value. And you might want to go and have a quick look at the TA, and you'll also want to look at their debt ratios and other things at that point. But the fact is that if the same thing is happening, when it's underneath this ratio, you might say it's good value. Now, because pre this whole disaster in 2020, because when was this? What was this price? So that was March. That was before. So that was 19. Because it was trading so low already, maybe this stock was never even worth anywhere near this. Maybe this is actually still not even good value for it. But I would say it's around that middle point. So that's not as clear as I guess, clear as others. Like you might want to look at Square, for example. And when you look at Square, I mean, this is when the market got super hot on hyper stocks, particularly Square. It became overpriced. You can see massive overpricement, 13.77. Then recently, it got down to 7.66. Now, that's a much fairer price. Remember, that's a 2019 price, 2019 style price in 2021 style economics. So I think that's a really cool price. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the ways that you can actually look at things. And it might sound insane, but that's a tidbit of information that I'll let you look at yourself. Terry M says the old short-term memory loss is getting to you, Tom. Nah, it's just I've got so many things going on this screen right now. It's madness, guys. Madness. We've got Ulrich Nielsen coming in with RHT on the TSXV, coming in with $20 DKK. Beginning to believe we could hit 149. Let's have a look at that one. RHT on the TSXV. You're beginning to believe 149. Now, let me just see whether Ulrich is being crazy. 149. March got to just underneath $1, hit just under 95 cents. It's looking good for you here, Ulrich, but 149. You're looking here. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe. I mean, I would definitely practice the scaling concepts here, man. You know, we've already analyzed this one for you before. I think this was a level here that we were looking at. And then after the dollar break, I think we actually did have about $1.40, I thought. I would prefer $1.40 than $1.49, but I understand. Every 50 cents can be one of those things. I think $1.40 is better, though, Ulrich, than $1.49. Just my personal opinion. Kevin N says, you might like QSR, Tom, for a quick trade up 7% pre-market. I don't particularly like anything that goes up so much pre-market, man. I prefer that it's... Is it this? QSR? It's not showing up for me, but that's probably because TradingView is balked. QSR. I like seeing the long leg doji close above near the end of the day and then taking that one. Thank you very much, Dave, as always. Appreciate that. And we've got Lydia coming in with DKNG. Yeah, we can have a quick look at DKNG, and then we'll go through our general commentary. So DKNG, they're in like a purchase at the moment. So I think that might restrict price currently a little bit. If DKNG gets through here, though, of course, many of our long-term holders of the DraftKings will be happy, because at this point you do have a lot of what I call blue sky above. Effectively, it doesn't have much TA problems after it gets through this 52, 53 kind of area. So pre-market, it's 52.63. What is this level? This level is 54. You need to get through 54. So yeah, 54. You've put in a huge double bottom that preps up to more highs, and depending on how that whole share deal goes and how people perceive it, I guess I look at it as they've taken away competition and got extra book. I don't know if they overpaid. You'll have to have a look at that one. You will have to have a look at that one. Is this market a fake out? Let's get back to the market here for a second. So US 500, wow, has it been boring on the indices. It has been horrific. Look at this. Does it get any worse than this, guys? It's a range within a range. You've got a little range kind of floating around here. We have no clear direction that it really wants to go bullish or bearish. We have our bigger range, which is the difference between 44.30 and 43.74. And at this stage, coming into the pre-market, it's flat. So I don't even think that the market indices are telling us anything in particular. We had the US 100 yesterday. If you looked at the QQQ, it did nothing. It didn't break above or below. Currently looking at 369.17. We need like a 369, what is this, like 36 closure plus to really show us that we're signaling bullish pressure. And maybe that even might be a little bit of resistance today for day traders out there. If you're having a look at resistance, it could literally be as simple as just bring in this 369 kind of highs here. Look for those points, 369, where it is right now. And then if it goes up there, have a look at selling it, or if it closed above, have a look at buying it. I don't know if I'd go with the sell side based on what we're seeing currently, but yeah, very tight ranges here. No clear direction coming from that market. US 10-year, go to the daily. That did close above the previous resistance. You would think this leads to further bullish pressure here on the 10-year. Weird times in the market. I've made it absolutely clear that at this stage, I don't particularly like the stock market on the way up. I'm neutralized. I don't have any opinion whatsoever of whether this market is heavily bullish right now in the next 2 months or heavily bearish. I'm fully neutralized from that aspect, and the way I'm looking at it is specific stocks. Specific stocks, specific sectors are the ones that are going to do better. Chris Smith says, is there going to be a correction over time? That may be a good thing. Yeah, it would be good if that happened. A little bit of correction. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you very much for the super chatters today as well, guys. And thank you for your support. I'm not sure how many we've got here right now, but I do appreciate each and every one of you and all the subscribers and likes and all those things that you guys have been doing for us. Musti says, Tom, I don't know if you remember the MMAT stock I asked you about a couple of days ago. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah, I remember. I remember these stocks. Meta Materials. And you say it's up 22% since the low. Yeah, but it has a lot more action to do, Musti. The thing about this stock is, do you know exactly when it's going to stop? So, I mean, you could get really excited and say, oh, look at me, I'm doing so great. It could be up 33, 34% here and it can all wipe off. This type of stock, I don't necessarily think has formed a full base. Like, it's formed a base, but it hasn't closed out of its base. The real gains to be had are during a participation phase. So you're coming up to a problem zone here. You've got earnings coming up. So yeah, congrats. But it's not out of the woods yet. This is not the first time it's had a heavy run on it. It had a pretty good run on it here percentage-wise as well. It's an aggressive stock because it has been sold off so heavily. I mean, just to give people in the audience a bit of a perspective here on this stock. We're not the high yet. There we go. Tippity top was 21.76. Wowzers. All right, we've got Nana coming in here, or Nana coming in with $5. Thank you very much. Hi, Tom. Can you have a look at Futu this morning? It's up pre-market. Do you think this is a real breakout, or will it fill the gap and fall below the 110 again? So Futu has been a brutal stock to be in for many people. I like its base here. I also like this accumulation that happened. So one thing about this is it's not like it wasn't traded quite a lot. So it was traded huge in March. A lot of people got bullish. This is a serious base for Futu. It's no joke. Like, this is the real base. Like, you can see it. Support, 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 and structural base formation. This is the type of thing that you want to see in accumulation. The volume is basically there. About half an hour away from market open, by the way, guys. And I like that. Then we go here. We go into maybe a 2-hour chart to have a bit of an idea of how the formation has occurred. So one thing I like as well, every time it's come down to a low, it is purchased off a slightly higher low and then started putting pressure onto this top side. So you'll notice the top side is actually underneath the current pre-market. If this market does close out here, I think that is very significant for a further bullish move. If we go to the daily, you're worried about it kind of filling this gap. In my opinion is it already did fill or try to fill that range. So it opened here and sold off. This is the gap you're talking about, I guess. I'm not really too concerned about that. These ones filled each other already. So base formation, next stop would be 130. After that, next stop would be maybe like a 140, 150. Every $10 seems to be pretty good here, but specifically that 130. So closure above, you would hope that you get to 130. Previous support, previous resistance, key level for sure on Futu. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's the right type of formation. If you've got longer term plans for it, it's also a good, it's a good support. Obviously, you would want to do your fundamentals on that. Then we've got Echo Aurora BBW really holding the bears inside. Yeah, BBW is a lot of puts expiring, Echo. If you go have a look at the puts, it's not just me that had nasty puts all over this. There's a lot of them. And you can really, really see this. I mean, this is a standard, in my opinion, kind of like Wyckoff. Let's call it like top end distribution area here. We have that false breakout. BBW has that nice initial ridiculous price hike that probably doesn't make sense to me. and then we have a clear level of support that's really being held, slightly lower highs coming through each time. Again, downward pressure. This stock, yeah, I'm pretty negative on it. I've got no real fundamental reason. I haven't even looked at the fundamentals. I just like the technical to the short. Now, very rarely do you want to short markets, guys. And I'm not saying go short BBW because it's a sure thing, because it very much could not be. You've got to do it a specific way. One of the ways I do that is options. Of course, options is the easiest way to short, guys. Options is the easiest way to short. And yeah, I think it makes some sense. Get through underneath this 1450 Eka, then we're looking supercharged. The bear will lose its eye, figuratively. Ziggy asks, what do I think about crude oil? Oh, and then also, I just want to quickly mention this. Yes, Bradley back. I changed YouTube to the dark mode and it changed my life. Dark mode for everything, traders out there. If you're using white screens, get Flux, free program. It'll change the screen to a weird orange haze. It'll be better for your eyes. I burnt my eyes out trading. I'm not even telling you. There was no dark mode. There was only white and hideous colors, hideous gray and stuff. So if you've got the black mode, like the dark mode here, I would suggest you do use it for your trade analysis. The main reason, it will save your eyes over the long term. And I think that's worth it. Ziggy asks on the crude oil, what do I think? So have a look at the crude oil. Bounced off the first support, the big one over here. Obviously, it closes under that. I've talked to you guys about where I think, $60. So I'll give you the keys. The key zones are here, $60. Key zone number 2, where it was yesterday. Let's have a look at the 2-hour chart. Okay, bit of a rally into resistance. So I'll put that as certainly a zone I would be watching heavily from the bull and bear side. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Didn't really do a great kind of like move up lightning bolt than trough. So I would probably prefer it does something like this than move through. If it does close above here, then yeah, you would expect further rally. So above this zone, because you have support, in a healthy downtrend, this support should act as role reversal. It becomes resistance and you see the sell-off. Now, I've learned over the years that even though this looks great on paper and it's great technically, where would I short? I'll let the chat figure that out. Chat, where would I want to close for crude oil for me to take a short position? Being big brain like you are, no smooth brains out there, only big brains. Where would you like, or where would you think you would short this particular commodity if it did happen from a technical perspective? Musty says, is it normal that Nasdaq knowingly holds the stock in the wrong sector after a merge? I don't really know what you're talking about there, Musty. I'll have to have a look. And then $77, one of the big supporters of the channel here, coming in with the $4 super sticker. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Scroll up through here. We've got a couple other super chats I missed. ACK, Disney, thoughts before, after earnings on Thursday. Oh, we need to do social arb. We need to do social arb, ACK. We'll do it very, very soon. Oh, and we've got Croc as a request. There's so many stocks being thrown at me. I'm feeling great today, guys. But if you want to go with some of the ones that I like, I've been pretty won over by that TAN. I got to say, the TAN's pretty good. TAN. The whole, not maybe that index, but actually going into that whole solar area. There's been money flowing in it. You can kind of tell. Then we've got Ulrich Nielsen coming in with the super chat as well. We'll get that to them in a second. So people said below 65. Oh, below 65. Yeah, that's a huge short. But let's talk about just 1 hour action here, guys. You're all ahead of me. So somebody got it here. Simon Alexander said below 67. Yeah, probably around there, man. The reason is because when we think about it, let's go big brain into the 15-minute. If I was, say, caring to trade this on a 15-minute chart, you're kind of looking for it to really... This is previous resistance, yeah? So when do the floodgates of the evil algorithms open up? Well, the floodgates of the evil algorithms open up once you close below here, because all the previous resistance goes out the door. That allows the chunkies to come through. And when you think about it, you're also creating basically lightning bolts to the downside on the smaller time frames. We go back to the 1 hour, notice this wick, you would be closing underneath that. So what are you doing? Taking out all the stop losses for the buy levels that are here, all the buys that are here in general, and you're starting to position to that short, putting that pressure on that downside. So yeah, probably around that 67 would be correct from the shorter time frame. It's just like if you break above this level up here, then yeah, you would be looking at a pretty decent long in many circumstances. But yeah, it takes a little bit of time to understand exactly which circumstance you're looking at, how it plays out, what the psychology really of the market is about stealing, and also public perception on certain things. You know, what you sometimes are doing or what your gut tells you to do and what the market tells you to do are very different things. And sometimes when you see the price action going the other way, what I like to do, I used to like to do this in Forex, is you load up a sentiment tracker. And that sentiment tracker will actually show you everyone else is doing the wrong thing. And you're seeing the price action break here, and they all have short positions. So it's like 70% short, and the price action's lightning bolting up, and you're just like, they're stealing all their cash. It's going to work out. And you'd be surprised how often it works out when everyone's doing the other thing. So whenever you can get sentiment trackers of the retail herd, it often can help you out quite a lot from making better decisions as well. Yeah, it really can. I will be opening up group mentoring as well soon. If anyone's interested, we'll be linking that through next week. I got a serious program for you guys. For anyone that's interested in that, I must say, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You will not be unhappy. Matthew Tage said $5 Australian. Tom, what happened to the webcam? It was on yesterday, man. It adds to the lively vibe. Yeah, I know. I need to actually fix it because I'm having to use a hack. I need to buy a new one because, yeah, at the moment I'm having to screen capture the webcam. Streamlabs is a crappy program, and unfortunately, it's not working properly. So I'll hopefully get that fixed tomorrow. Oh, thank you very much, Matthew Tainch. And then Altimus $1.99 says, say, Arkansas. See, I can say it, guys. I have no idea. I still think I've screwed that up, but anyway, you guys are just having fun with me. It's like how Americans say Melbourne instead of Melbourne, as we say it. Anyway, that's all good. Thank you very much for the donation, and hopefully I didn't get it too wrong. Let's fix some of these super chats that are a little bit older here. We got Ulrich Nielsen, DKK, $20. UI Path. Would you consider the gap filled at 62? Okay. Let's have a look. 62. Oh, yeah. Ooh, nasty, hey. I guess no, it's not a full gap fill. The way I look at gaps is if the little wicks touch each other, then I consider it a gap fill. Some people say, oh, you have to have the bodies go to where the gap started. I don't think that. I just go with wick to wick. Look, yes, you would have to consider that a gap fill. Mostly because it tried to come back down and clearly everyone was too hyped about getting into it again, and that's why it rallied so heavily. Don't always look for the gap fill. Look for a range. I haven't been putting them on the charts too much at the moment, but the way you want to do it is always have like a little rectangle, which is your take profit or your stop loss. Put it in a range that makes sense. So let's say we're looking at 62. Then you might have between 62 and 62.20 or 30 or whatever you want to go with the stock. I mean, this is 62, so you might go like a 30, 40 cent range. And then you set an alert for the top of the range. And if it comes into the top of the range, then you've got to watch it like a hawk. At that point, you watch it. If you have your exit at 62 flat, you're stupid. And if you have your exit at like above 62, at least a 62.05, 62.10, then you're a bit smarter. But 62 flat is dumb because most of the time with stocks, as you would know, where are all the big buy lines? They're all sitting at 62. You might put your order in somewhere around there and not actually get cleared. It'll miss you by 2 cents and it'll run away, especially penny stocks. So don't go for the round like idiots. Go for the one above or slightly below. Never go round, guys. It's so dumb. It's too dumb. Don't do dumb. Thank you for the path here, Ulrich. And good luck, actually. This is coming back quite nicely and then moving through. And this still has that good structure on it. Series of higher lows. I wish you all the best on this. Not looking too bad, hey. Not looking too bad. All right, next super chat we have here was ACK's thoughts on Disney. Let's have a look at Disney. Arkansas, says Byron. You guys... I don't know how to say these places. I'm sorry, guys. New Orleans is Nalines. You know, in Australia, I'll tell you this, Americans out there. Do you know that most people think New Orleans is literally just like a swamp now? I'm telling you, most people don't know. I'm not sure. I know, obviously, we all know about the terrible stuff that went on. God, how long was it ago? 14 years ago? Was it 14 years ago? But the only thing I know about New Orleans is something about some kind of shrimp. And was it shrimp or some kind of like food they've got down there? And noodling, which I think is where you get your fist. And you like put it in a hole somewhere in a river or in New Orleans, sometimes under it, like some old road or something. And then all of a sudden a giant catfish, it grabs you and then you rip it out and you start screaming and then, yeah, you eat it or something. I don't know. Gumbo. That's the one, ACK. Gumbo. Mason Holding says New Orleans is a swamp. Yeah, I think probably most Australians would only know it because of the flood and the fact that it has an NBA team, which doesn't seem to be very good most years. Poor Pelicans. They're not doing very good, are they? The old Pelicans. All right, let's go up here. Disney. Look, before and after expectations. This is where you want to bring in social arb. So I think probably searching Disney Plus will be important. Having a look at those numbers. Where do I have anything here? Oh yeah, we'll just get this. We'll get rid of this. So let's go to Google Trends. I know we're about 16 minutes off the mark. It's a bit short today, isn't it? So many things to go over. Let's go to Disney Plus. Okay. Disney Plus. Don't worry about Australia because no one cares. Let's go down here to the United States. Whoa, where am I? There we are. Past 12 months will be fine. So it's on the base last quarter. That's actually not too bad, a 71 rating. Let's go to past 5 years. So when it first came out, heavily searched in December, September, and actually has a decent run up as well into Loki. You can see that run up into the Loki event. So then you're probably going to want to look at Loki as a search term. And then look specifically at the past kind of 12 months. Okay. Because really Disney Plus's main thing is how many people are buying the service for these types of shows. Now, I can't go into the full analysis type of thing right now during the stream, but you get the idea. This social arb is actually, or going and having a look at these things, going to the app store, seeing how many people have downloaded Disney Plus. I can tell you for a fact that Loki is obviously popular. If it's a good TV show like The Mandalorian, it brings people back into subs. Now, I'm not sure how they get away with the sneakiness, but really all that Disney's figures really care about is how many extra subs have they got paying on Disney Plus. That's the main figure. From the TA perspective, you couldn't tell anything about this chart. It's stuck in a range. Price has no idea. In fact, if you get a 2-day, that's a long leg doji. The body's here at 2 days. It has no idea. So unfortunately, before, no idea other than going and guessing on social arb. On even the weekly has no idea. Look at this. Look at this indecision. Absolutely no concept of what the market wants to do. But if we close out at 180, it could create some nice bullish action here on Disney. And obviously close under 170. Well, that's bad times. That's bad times, guys. We don't want to be there. I was a huge fan of Disney last year. I mean, I made a video crapping on about how I thought it was cheap around this area here. Guess we were right. I like it still, but it is a bit of a behemoth. And, of course, the theme parks. Yes, you'll want to search the theme parks, as Brooks says. Brooks here, theme parks. Bull Flag monthly. Let's have a look at the monthly. Oh, geez. Yeah, I guess you could make a case for it, man. I'm not sure if I go Bull Flag. It's pretty big length of pole as well if it did work. But yeah, theme parks would be something else you'd want to check out. TG says, New Orleans is sinking and I can't swim. And then Lou says, that's catfish hunting. You catch them with your arm. Yeah, kind of want to try that. Sounds really terrifying. And when I say terrifying, it's because I don't like snakes, guys. All right, snakes. I know that's not a snake. I love fishing. But for some reason, whenever I think of just like you put your hand into somewhere you can't see, there could be a snake, guys. In Australia, we have dangerous snakes, by the way. Matthew Tainch got you. Matthew Tainch also says $2 pronounced Arkansas for your information from Australia. Very good, Matthew Tainch. And then we got Derek 4 with $1,000,000 for super chatted Hong Kong, $25. Thank you very much, man. Hi, Tom. Any chance on your thoughts on TTD? Also, how do I call shotgun on that mentoring program? Thank you. Oh, look, we'll be releasing it. And you can check it out. There's some good stuff, but I've got a full structure, and I think the cool thing about it is I'll finally be able to explain bringing together crazy concepts, okay? And it's not rocket science. It just has to make sense. And when things make sense, you'll be like, oh yeah. A lot of the time we cover here just the technical aspect, but it's about bringing together, it's about doing things quickly, being able to put together as much information as possible really, really fast, and then making split decisions on again, good bits of information together. So we'll certainly be explaining that over the next couple of weeks. TTD, so yesterday down 3.24%, bounced off previous resistance. So you'll notice here, previous resistance was cleaned above. Earnings has come out. Doesn't look like earnings was horrible. I would most likely go and read the report. I like this previous support acting as, or previous resistance acting as support. We did see a bounce, which is really nice near the end of the day. That's good. Go down to the 1 hour chart, have a look how it traded through. Oh, okay, so it was actually at the start of the day, and then we saw some sell-off there. Where you'll feel more bullish about it is going to be here, man. So if you're already in this bullish, it's like scaling, yeah? So you've got your trough, you've got your little peak, you've got your little higher trough, and if you now see that turn around to 84, this is where Wall Street enters extra positions, and they start getting excited about it and push it up. So it's one of those ones that if you like it down here, I totally see why you might have bought it. And I like it. If it gets through 84, it's not like you take profit there. If it gets through there, you keep going, man. Because that should be scaling. That's scaling in. And at that point, you could be looking at this market going back up and testing those previous highs like 90, 92 and 96, 94. So yeah, good level. Good bounce. I'd like to see it complete and get above 84 for you. Excellent. Boogie Troy says, Tom, you better stick to the fish market. I'll have you know that here in Melbourne, my PB snapper is 90 plus centimeters. And for this bay, it's big. And last year we caught 109 centimeter snapper. That's pretty good. That's big for here. That's probably not big for other places, but big for here. Pet Brett says, spiders, snakes, and gators are all reasons not to put your hand there. Yes, that's true. And then Darth Sidious says, Tom only catches Pokemon. Yep. Catch the Magikarp. Magikarp's pretty good Pokemon there, Sid. Oh, don't talk to me about Pokemon, Sid. I gave up on... I had the chance a few years ago to buy a PSA 1, for anyone that knows this, first edition Charizard. When Pokemon Go came out, I stupidly bought comics instead, which did well, but not this well. $11,000 US, guys. $11,000 US for a PSA 1 Charizard only a few years ago. Jan, I got you. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten anyone that's messaged me about the mentoring stuff. Everyone will get the link. Don't worry. It's all good. All right. So market coming in here, flat as attack. Let's have a look again through all of our stocks that have been following recently. Square, I've kind of shut down on buying here. I like the fact that the result of Afterpay is being taken positively. Obviously, this crypto move up is also positive, I think, for Square. But TA-wise, we're at the tippity top at this point. 280 still a bit of a problem for it. And that's not that great. Neo, meh. Let's set your alerts, 47. And you can come back and have a look at that. Apple, boring alert on Apple. That's terrible. Amazon on the trend line, doing nothing. I've got alerts set above 3,400. Google, pretty boring. Snow, looking good still. Congratulations, people in the community. I'm sure there's a few private members that are liking this Snow still. Still trudging on up there. Enphase, I reckon Enphase looks all right still based on TAN. So go over and have a look at TAN. Enphase is a crazy stock though. It's crazy. But when it fires pretty hard. And I like that engulf that happened yesterday. That's strong, I think. Microsoft, boring at the peak. ARK, actually not bad. That's not bad, that closure above there. I mean, I don't TA trade ARK, but that certainly is a nice little breakout here. ARKG, very similar. CRISPR. I like the stock, but the TA is weird. AMD, don't touch it with a 10-foot barge pole right now until they... If you are loving AMD, I mean, it is coming back down to the previous resistance act as support. But yeah, this had a lot of hype on it. Might take a little while for it to come back through again. SPLK. The inverse head and shoulders big term is still in play. It's actually not a bad closure. CRM. Boring. Disney. Wait for the announcement. QCOM. If you like me doing the rapid... Actually, do you guys like the rapid shot? Tell me in the chat. Do you like this rapid where I just go through and just randomly give you my quick opinions on stuff? If you do, I'm happy to do this every day where we do like a 5-minute section where I just before the market, I just go bang, bang, bang on different levels and show you what I'm looking at here. QCOM, traditionally good during this month. Traditionally actually good last month and this month. It's kind of floating around. It's actually at support, roll reversal. I like the fact that if it did get closed above this little point here, what is this? It's a 148. I think that's pretty strong from a technical perspective. Very nice. TDOC, 156.75. Otherwise, don't care. Baba, 202 plus. I don't care. Baidu. Oh, who cares? JD. I mean, Baidu. What is this? It's too hard, yeah? Don't get offended if I'm just looking at it and you're in it and you're like, Tom, I care. I can't care about the TA on this one just yet. JD. Still stuck in the range that we've got on it. Okta. Nothing. Facebook. Still should be strong, but again, these large FANG stocks just kind of all don't look like they're doing much. It's more these hyper stocks that are looking better. Now, Twilio, this is one that's hated recently, but was loved so much. So it rallied pretty hard through May. Earnings are over. It's come down to the 364 and it started forming a bit of base. So this might be one that you start to trap in the smaller time frames and have a look at it. Yeah, it could trap this one a little bit. Have a further gander at it. We're about 4 minutes off the market open. Kind of feel like Twilio's looking better than it has been. Roku. Still don't like that chart. Yeah, Roku, I don't like this chart very much. I mean, you've got previous resistance, you've got the supports. I get it, but it's weird here. I know that Kathy Wood bought it and everyone loves it, but yeah, that's just weird. Let's have a look at Coin again. Coin was a great pickup here. If it didn't meet my evil IPO rule, this range that we've been rabbiting on about for a while, that's a serious movement. I actually think Coin's into 300 here. But it meets the IPO rule, so that's bad. SCCO still looks okay. This was a super chat from the other day. Stuffing around a lot. You want it above this level. Closure here should begin participation. Let's move over to Nvidia. I actually want Nvidia to come down a little bit. 198, 199. Come to our trend line. And then we can look for the buy side. Pins. People forgetting about this now. I don't see it mentioned anywhere in the chats anymore, which means we're going to start eagle-eyeing pins. I want somebody, I've got a project for you guys. I want someone to go out there and start spotting changes in app downloads. And specifically, if you've got really big brain, go and have a look at certain apps when they release new versions and you see positive feedback for that version, like big overlay skins where people are giving it positive feedback. That can often lead to huge interaction in the app and good profits. I actually really like the 61 plus closure here on pins. So we're 2 minutes off the market open here. Someone wanted Croc before. Let's have a look at the old Crocs. Crocs Inc. This stock I wanted to short a while ago, but we didn't get the opportunity because it didn't do the right thing. 140.69. I do own Crocs. Oh, it's so heavily priced. Yeah, probably not for us on that one. Let's have a look at AMC here today. 9.47%. The hype equity is correct there. It's going a little bit hypey. Let's go to the daily. Probably really hard to read from a TA perspective. You're mostly just following the apes. I think that's more of a stock twits kind of stock at this point. SPCE did break through the technical resistance. That's why it's starting to go up. Look at the daily close. Pretty significant yesterday. I think support here is around 33.50. And even though I hate the stock and don't think it's worth much, that is still a significant closure out above the moving averages. And DKNG, we still look for 53. So where market's open here, guys. I know that I didn't look too much there at the S&P, but it's because it's so boring on the open here. Let's have a look at the opening bell. Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations. Thank you very much for everyone that's supporting the stream and coming through. Blue Maserati says, I love this. Need to figure out how to get rid of the blur and ongoing issues. Steve Burke says, trademark Tommy Gun Rapid. Yeah, I'm happy to do the Rapid. I mean, that's actually how I do TA. I mean, it's like that. It's like crazy, guys. It's like everywhere. If you could see me on the stream, I was going a bit nuts then, but that's what we do. We go fast. You got to go fast. Go fast or go home. SW says pins drop at ER and spends the rest of the quarter getting back to where it was again and again and again. SW, I feel bad for you, but you know what? What you're telling me here is it's Twitter. That's Twitter, SW. You've literally named it. Twitter goes like this. Earnings, dump, comes back. Earnings, dump, comes back. Jack Dorsey is the scariest thing in Square. I'm telling you, he's scary. We'll find out whether he can get it done. Let's have a look here at the percentage changes coming into the market. DoorDash. Who had that the other day? We were talking about the Ubers being horrible and the Dash smashing them out of control. I'm very happy for you. DoorDash up 3.1%. Yeah. Zoom Video 388. DocuSign 1.69. Enphase Energy, yes. 1.66. That's actually nothing to really be happy about, but still, yeah. Go Enphase. Get up. Congratulate. Good work, Eka. Thank you. Thank you, Eka. Thank you. Snowflake, down here a little bit. Coinbase, down a little bit. Not too much to note there. Greenies. The greenies are there. Let's scroll through. What else is notable? Baba, Baidu, JD, all the Chinese stocks up after the Asian session trade. Okay. AMC, probably one of the better returners today, up 8%. And mRNA down 1.41. US 100 now flat. God, this is so bad, isn't it, on the US 100? Jeez, it's bad. Look at these little candles. Look at them on the S&P. This is futures trade, guys. What is that? 0.3%. I could tell you what, we're back to the good old times. This is actually what it's like to trade over a 10-year period. Mostly these types of crappy candles. 0.3%, 0.2%, 0.6%. And 1% just blows your mind. Most people are used to, of course, 1, 2, 3% kind of index days. Unfortunately, I kind of feel like those days are over. We're still going to have big corrective crashes and big moves, but unfortunately, this type of stuff could be the new norm. Could be the new norm. Terry M says Beyond looking good. Yeah, I think that I don't blame you on Beyond. This trade yesterday, as soon as I got, what was the news? Who sent it to me? Knock, knock, I think you sent it to me. Yeah, look at this. Safety concerns raised over Impossible Burger GMO fake meat ingredients. Now, I'm not sure if this is true or not. And there's the short 28-day rat feeding study. Impossible Foods Commission showed worrying effects in rats, including signs of inflammation or kidney disease and possible signs of anemia. So but that is not good for them. And therefore, I don't know if it's real. Again, you might want to go and clarify that, but it is certainly a positive for Beyond. And that's part of the reason why the stock is rallying. Nick Schmidt says, love the rapid fire. That's awesome. I got content, guys. I got content. I can do rapid fire for a 5-10 minute period. I'll put like a screen that comes on. It'll be like rapid fire time, and then let's go. And I'll just go nuts. Trade desk plus 5%. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I don't blame it. It's good, man. Oh, I like it. I like the close. If it closes up here above, I like it more. And then I like it once it gets through here. And yeah, I hope it does what you need. I hope it does what you need. Congratulations, Michael H. And probably Derek with a 4 with a million zeros. 4. DJ AJ is super chat $2. I know you hate transportation, but can you see CCL? I don't hate transportation. Wow, do I? Kind of do, yeah. I don't really own any. I do hate airlines, and I don't really particularly like them. You are correct. This is a pretty nice little range here. So you've got your trough, you've got your peaks, you've got your high trough. You're putting pressure on here. 22's already bounced. So yes, this is a very significant closure zone. It's great base formation. I would have liked more volume than it's currently got. But yeah, a closure above here, you are correct. That is a good base. It's the exact type of thing you want. You've got a little bit of headway issues here. So it might be, I think there's a good scale kind of opportunity where it goes like this. You kind of like scale in, but pulls back then you scale in on the pickup again. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the things that I definitely think helps traders. So that's good. PK Subban says PLTR up 1.5%, 1.35%. You guys get excited on PLTR. This is a good little closure above here yesterday. That's a nice sign. I can see why it's rallying. With PLTR, you guys know what the aim of the game is. Go check stock twits. Go check hype equity. Go check Wall Street bets. Even search random YouTube videos. Don't click them. Remember, click the like here, guys. Click the like here. But if you see lots of videos made about them, PLTR is one of those stocks where if everyone starts talking about it, it starts ramping, and that's what you want. So PK Subban, congrats, good luck. So it looks like most of our little retail stocks are doing well here. Chinese stocks doing well. Pins too early. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's have a look at the next one here. Got Alpha T super chatting $2. What's your opinion on uranium, green energy, etc.? Uranium's a tough one. I don't even know if I should even have an opinion on it nowadays. Look, I guess I don't know enough to be an authoritative stance on it. I guess I always saw like, you know, nuclear or those types of things, especially in Australia, as an option for us, considering we dump it here for other countries anyway. That being said, we burn brown coal here, guys. We love brown coal. I always thought that as an option. Green energy. Now, I'm actually not a huge fan, and hear me out here, of wind, okay? I'm not a huge fan of wind. Now, some people in Europe might disagree with me. Some people might disagree with me completely. But I can tell you, I come from a country town, and they built wind down there. Number one, it's annoying and ugly as all sin. The other thing is that they don't have to actually remove them. So what this means, I'll tell you another thing and funny thing in a second, but they don't have to remove the wind turbines. So what happens is they put them in, it sits there for 15 years, performs its task, okay, and then they don't remove them. So it just eventually just falls over, or the thing comes off it. So that's a big problem, I think, with wind. Another thing is sometimes people don't know how much energy consumption goes into them. So for an example, in my country town, we did coal mining here in Victoria. My country town, they did. So they decided to install wind turbines. You can probably guess where I came from if some Victorians. And when they installed them, they accidentally didn't realize they put them on a mine shaft. So they fell into the mine shaft. So what did they do to fix this problem, guys? They pumped concrete into it. Yeah. So they pumped so much concrete into it that it can never make enough energy over its 15-year time span to ever become green. So I'm not a big fan of that. Solar, however, I think it can be applied quite well. So yeah, look, wind's it's all a very contentious subject, but from a perspective of how I think governments are going to look at it, this is where capitalism and the energy consumption comes through, because I'm not really too sure what the utilities companies are going to do with their campaigning against the idea of having solar on roofs. I really don't understand it. I like solar. I think solar's pretty good, but I have no authority on that subject. Absolutely. Other than I know that wind turbine down in my country town was useless. Gareth Evans said, who clicked the dislike? Oh, sometimes it happens. And then Tanner says, yeah, I like the quick TA because that's how I do charts too, lol. Don't like to spend too much time staring. Yeah, you've got to go up and down through the time frames, but you certainly don't need to. When you're looking at a lot of stocks, you don't want to be putting in a huge amount of time. You do need to be quick. And I know what you guys want. You want signals. I can't give them to you. You know this. However, I can go through my TA opinions on stuff, so that will help out. Muhammad Al Masari says, Tom, I think you missed my message. What was the message, man? AVIR. AVIR. Oh, it's coming through all right. Nice little base. Closed above. You got earnings. Wait, is this one that's come in with a... Let me have a look here. Just give me 1 sec on this. That was an insider trading on this stock. Oh, no, it wasn't this one. AVIR. No, it wasn't that stock. With these small pharmaceutical companies, you often want to see lots of holding by the CEOs, lots of holding by the insiders, and specifically looking for insider-style trading where they're buying more positions. Once it got through 28, that's significant. Movement up to 36 would be the first resistance on this. So look, guys, welcome, and I guess end of Tuesday here, coming into the market open. It is flat as a tack across the actual market, which seems boring at first look. There are some opportunities. I don't really feel like we're in a market that's like exceptional right now, which I've said several times. It's going to be quick, fast, sharp, take profits, stop losses, be quick, be nimble, be greedy, I guess, or be not greedy, be less greedy right now. And I think you might be rewarded by the perspective of the seasonals that we should be coming into, whether it be this month or it be September or it be October. I think this is the time to be trading in and out quick and not necessarily holding super long positions unless you have super long time frames. Some will agree, some will not agree with me, but that's very, very interesting there. We've got a couple of other requests coming in here, and we'll look at them. Musti says NNDM is up 10%. That's really good. And then Trilly Messiah says, you keeping signals to yourself. No, there are problems there. And Moises says solar has a huge problem. I'm sure it does. I'm not an authority on that one. And then we've got Josephine Van Schaik says, hey, Tom, my husband actually is working on those turbines and we are moving to rural Vic Town to work on them. Oh, no. That's all right. Hey, I got no problems with anything. Look, guys, I don't take it that seriously. I just know that particular one was a mistake. But that being said, there are cases in Europe where it's worked out. And congratulations, and hopefully the move goes well for you and everything goes well. The country town that you may or may not be moving to is an all right town. It's an all right town. I grew up there, so what can you do? And then DJ AJ says mRNA, wahoo, it's down, down, down. It's not down anymore. 0.32 up, sorry. Chart Junkie says, I'm a massive uranium bull wind. Oh, whoa. Whoa. You can't say these words, man. There's too much weird censoring on the YouTubes. We've got to be careful there. Silver up today, skills. What was the one I was doing for somebody before I started reading all these comments? We've got here NU for life. Tom, can you check out NU USD? The monthly chart is looking nice if it can close above the doji. Let's have a look, man. NU USD. Oh, so it's actually a coin. Monthly. Oh, yeah, that's true. You would be correct. Monthly long leg doji. Closure above is good. Smaller time frames, weekly. Okay. Daily. I would also be looking for it to get through that monster kind of downward trend line. So there's a lot that it needs to do. Bit of action it needs to do first, hey? But yeah, that'd be good. Kevin N says, wow, Tom hates wind turbines more than airlines. Yeah, but I don't hate airlines I don't hate either of them. I just wouldn't invest in either of them. It makes sense? If you were to say to me, hey, Tom, here's my wind turbine business, I am not going to invest in your business. Hey, you can go do it. I just don't want to invest in it. But yes, I don't understand it, maybe. Maybe I don't understand it. Please look at Croc ProShares Ultra Short AUD. It's got explosive 900K shares outstanding. Probably can't really look at that one. I don't really know much on that at this stage. No worries, guys. Thank you so much and appreciate everybody. Remember, guys, don't take people's opinions too seriously. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and my opinion is worth just as much as yours. That's how I always see it. We're all here really to do trading, and I will make sure in the future that I don't bring in the green or non-green kind of discussion. There's no reason. It's kind of like politics. No one will ever agree on that type of stuff. So we're seeing a market here that's flat as a tack. We still have no direction. Hopefully tomorrow on the QQQ, we do get some. Remember, guys, we also have Wednesday CPI, core CPI data coming out at 8:30. And then we have PPI coming out 8:30 a.m. on Thursday. So this CPI data, maybe that's the catalyst we're looking for. This has been pretty explosive in the last couple of CPIs. So is this going to be the catalyst that we're looking for? I kind of hope so. That would be nice if we get something there. Scott Morgan says the coiling on IWM, the Russell is outstanding. Yes, exactly. And Lo Yi Liang says, Tom, can you have a look at apps? Yeah, we'll have a quick look at apps to finish up. I saw it was down before. So look at this apps. Let's go to the daily. Oh, it never closed above. That sucks. That's why the close is the key. Unfortunately, this doesn't look super positive at this stage. Little like, you just need a little bit extra action. Just a little bit, just above. Just give us a close above this 66. It didn't happen. It sold off and it sold off again. Is it the end of the world? No, because stocks are overall positive. There is a bit of trend selling here. Hopefully it buys. Hopefully you get a little wick by the end of the day and you're back into this little range. But overall, your happy place is above 66 on apps, and it's certainly not where it is currently. Good luck, guys. NU for Life says, do you think crypto can become a collectible in the future? A collectible? Look, I think crypto has a massive place to be played. I think that it's proven that the millennials but they just specifically love it. And because we have new fintech banks such as PayPal and Square really embracing that technology, I think it's going to be impossible now. Governments let it get out of control. And now that it's out of control, it's going to be very hard for them to ever really lock it down. They're just going to have to learn to live with it, even if they don't want to. So, yeah, look, I'm a pretty big fan of crypto. I think that there's a lot of real world applications, and I'm a huge fan of blockchain. Blockchain revolutionizes many things, but also scarily revolutionizes tax, which is kind of terrifying, really. Can you imagine when they can track every single transaction that everyone makes everywhere in the world? My God. There'll be nobody living in Switzerland anymore. All right. See everyone. Catch you tomorrow and have a very good day, evening, night, or wherever else you are in the world. Sleep like me here in Australia. Catch everyone. Thanks so much. We'll make sure to always do the Quick Fire TA. That's going to be the new segment that we chuck on the show. Rapid Fire, that's what we called it. Tactical Spray, what a name. Tactical Spray says, rapid fire look at stocks was good. Yeah, we can do it every day. That's what I love to do, actually. Catch everyone. Bye for now.